Ah. Why did I even put this on the list? That was kind of...
I don't know, but...
Hey, it drives us episode 140. That's 14 and a big 0. My name is Russell Frost. I am one half the co-hosting team. You a prize if you're the first person, and we know that's not going to happen anyway. But there's an article about
I'm calling right now.
Hybrid owners being their EVs.
I guess so, actually.
Are you talking about how much you contribute or how much you rate, the return rate?
Well, I am back with a little bit of nasal congestion this week, so I guess I am half the man.
Which is an interesting trend, and again, I think part of the reason I wanted to talk about this was that sort of false dichotomy thing.
His new boat.
Yeah. Times with journalists, with dealers, with people in the industry, and the arguments are always, but dealers are awesome versus no, dealers really.
Let's continue.
Hey everybody, it's Danny Cooper. Danny Cooper. Founding our trio this week. There's not just one, there's not just two, there's 3 of us. Welcome back, Mr. Segway. Mr.
State flower is the Oregon grape, which is not actually a grape and doesn't really even flower.
My click all the other day.
I'm hoping you were going to say that.
They posted in ceremony.
Oregon State.
I have not given any speeches this year. Certainly with.
Hey, we're Clickhole.
I think Twitter in general went, hey, it's Clickhole.
Yeah. Ay. It's the Hartford Courant. Come on, wake up.
For the Onion website, and it's fantastic.
And it's wonderful. So yeah, I mean the title is, and forgive me for reading it out loud, but it is from this Time magazine story, and I quote: "Why Consumer Reports says Tesla's new 127K car is undrivable."
Dun dun dun.
If you
Pretty much written, it was for EV owners to say this is a horrible idea, which is, of course, the quote she used for me. In short.
Tesla service was excellent. Sending a representative out to fix the problem.
It's from them, should be paying for them, and I went on that and just used the part of it where I said it's not a good idea. Oh, there you go. You can see the picture if you're watching the video.
And the headline.
Yeah.
Can I get one more of those for Time magazine?
That picture. Yeah, he asked.
Thank you.
Look at me, and in this contorted, they might as well have titled it "Plugging in Electric Cars is Painful."
I was thinking you look kind of robotic.
Yeah.
Making a deal about it. I mean, they did a video about it. They bothered to do a 12-second video. It's in his EV.
Exactly. Tomo arigato. Yeah, electric cars automatically plug in when you have a robot to do it for you.
I got nothing. Yeah. Well,
so my understanding is that the problem was with the door handle. So how does that make it undrivable? Or
now, they said that the car sensed a problem. It wouldn't drive. They were able to drive the car a short distance thanks to the smartphone app that allowed them to unlock the car and authorize 2 minutes.
People who love paying per mile, and then the vast majority
at all. So it wasn't able to authorize a driver, basically, unless you used the smartphone app, which only gave you a couple minutes.
Then you have to pull over, get 2 more minutes, drive.
Oh, poor Mitsubishi. Nothing wrong with that?
Yep.
Nothing.
It's for like years, though, right? I mean, 5+ years.
Yeah, they did a pilot In fact, the quote she has in there for me was about the pilot, where the pilot program that they had was targeted at vehicles that got 50 miles per gallon or greater, or were
an indictment of Tesla's technology or build quality. You know, it was one problem that was fixed the next day.
mile, and it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle it is. Which, as we talked about on the show, you have something that gets 18 miles per gallon and you're giving them a discount? Really? Is that people a discount? Especially the ones that are causing the most damage and the most pollution?
State gas tax?
Correct. So right now it's 5. It's limited to just that number.
Saying how long does it take someone like Evan to get someone to come down from a place like, I don't know, Kansas City or St. Louis or wherever, versus Consumer Reports, which I believe is, in a fairly populated area in Connecticut, right?
Actually, I don't know. That's a good question.
Federal, so we pay about 48 cents total.
In those,
But it wasn't anything that kept him from driving the vehicle?
Yeah.
One of only 2 states where you can't pump your own gas.
okay, I don't think this is a big problem for most Tesla owners.
Changing it for no other reason than
Well, not so much. Not an issue. But Model 3, do you think Tesla continues the will come to you service policy?
You're gonna have to make this a law.
There's another. I'm not saying it would be free, but I think it'll still be available. Yeah.
I guess the question is, how many times is Tesla actually sending people out to service these cars? If they have a very, very low defect rate or problem rate, then it's not a problem for them to send somebody out, urban and rural. Less expensive vehicle like Model 3 and a vehicle that's going to be sold in higher numbers, allegedly. I guess I don't know.
I did try to buy gas in rural New Jersey on my way back from To Go Before this past year.
Yeah.
And it was almost impossible because of the stations closing down early because they don't want to pay for some guy to sit there and pump gas.
Oh.
It makes sense in rural areas,
You kilowatt pack. I think it was a $2,000 add-on to get the supercharger.
And I feel like that was stupid. There were 2 gas stations that I could find on Gas Buddy, and they were 8 miles apart. And the first one I went to was one of the bigger problems with it would be you don't want your Model S drivers to be waiting in line for the equivalent of a Ford Fiesta to get done charging, right?
Ouch. You're 24 hours a day. You don't even think about that. But yeah, out in the...
I guess I was in the middle of some part of it that was not very well inhabited.
No, there's a $5,000 car going, why don't I have some sort of priority population?
It's premium electrons.
What can I say?
There's going to be a lot more of them out there, and there will be more people trying to use their network. Absolutely.
What's reporting that they're having big dropouts with the show tonight, so hopefully it's recording okay. And we'll have a usable...
Wasn't there another version of this not long ago?
This is the same article, actually. This is the one that everyone was quoting from, the actual article.
Oh, it just popped up.
Yes.
Oh.
It just popped up.
Well, then additional information.
Not really in the sticks, I know. He's only about 300 miles from his dealer, which is more than...
Drives.us, click on the link and find out for yourself, damn it. Okay? That's a
Listen
link
to the show from 4 weeks ago, and you can find it was.
Right, exactly. And if you get the... leave it to us on our Google voicemail, which is 575-51-DRIVE. We'll send you a prize if you're the first person. And we know that's not going to happen anyway. But actually, it was an hybrid owners. He's a Tesla owner who ran his car dead.
He's probably the only Tesla owner in the area, too.
I wasn't even going there. I'm saving my hate for Texas. Looking at it from 2012. which is an interesting trend. And again, I think part of the reason I wanted to talk about this was that sort of...
It's, I believe, Yellowstone National Park.
That's definitely a big, big happy place for me.
Camry LE and a Camry LE hybrid is not the $4,000 that it was back in 2012. Dumping old hybrid batteries in Yellowstone National Park. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, they are. There's a pile 2.5 miles high of used hybrid batteries. It looks like a moonscape. It's horrible. You know, only because I have some personal experience here, I can testify to like literally the millions of dollars that Toyota's pumped into Yellowstone Park, which isn't just in free vehicles, although there's a bunch of those too. Toyota's doesn't have that agenda.
What?
Agenda is to get their name out so that people go to their website and submit requests for new car prices.
Oh, purposing hybrid batteries from Camrys, and they're using these used packs that no longer have the capacity to adequately power the vehicle, but still have capacity. They're on a solar panel array in one specific part of Yellowstone Park, and it's a really awesome idea because before these things get recycled, they're getting repurposed, so they're going to get 2 uses and then a recycle. This is the refutation of all that early bullcrap that we had. Did I say bullcrap? What am I, 5?
Morgan Spurlock.
Slung at hybrids about how environmentally terrible they are. And here's a really good example of getting the
hydrogen-filled.
I'm sorry, hydrogen-filled, did you say?
Hydrogen-filled bullshit. Yes, that's what we learned.
That's right. And, they kind of flirted back and forth, and then Elon sort of blew it and built the damn factory in Nevada. Well, guess which law didn't pass? A different law passed. Tesla would not be able to sell their vehicles in Texas by avoiding the standard dealer model. Yeah, that's Texas. Texas basically just stuck their finger in Elon Musk.
I think you mean Mr. Tesla.
Oh,
That's
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I made fun of that in the. I don't know that. I'm gonna take a chance and like shooting myself in the foot. I don't know that it makes finance. I don't care. I think it's a good principle of use.
208 total batteries, 85 kilowatt hours.
So it's in a sane world, we wouldn't think for a second she wasn't doing anything but personifying the company.
Well, I think what she means is it would have been wiser if Mr. Tesla had sat down with.
Well, I mean, yeah, absolutely. And again, this sort of opens it up. This is sort of Toyota's discount repurposed Tesla Powerwall, right?
It is.
Quite as cool, but there it is anyway. And it's in one of our national parks, a place where we don't want to run power lines either on poles or underground. So localized power generation and power storage isn't a thing. And obviously with all the hybrid cars out there, if we set up programs, if this works, we set up programs like this in other places where localized power generation is maybe the only option. This is a good thing. This is a really good thing. Yeah, I'm passionate about it. Sorry.
Oh, Tesla. And the FTC
work with the system that we have now is to have energy storage like this, because then you can tap it on demand. And when
are likely harming competition and consumers. Tesla Model S85. This is protectionism and bad for you.
Graphic, right? 208 little Camry silhouettes in one P85D.
this is
that one.
Your case a little. State court probably won't help that much, huh?
right.
I guess it's not a big surprise that this is coming from Michigan.
Yeah,
It's the Lamar Buffalo Ranch at Yellowstone National Park. I mean, this is brilliant, and we need more. This is also one of these sort of industries, as the potential industries, that as electrified vehicles increase, as we start to have more batteries and battery packs and used battery packs, these secondary industries can create jobs, can bring services to people that might not have gotten them otherwise. That's super important. Sort of like good spin-offs from the space program. We got Tang. Yay, Tang. Oh boy. That's fake, right? We didn't really get Tang. Well,
You got to make them.
nylon or something. No, maybe it wasn't nylon. I forget. Fire. We had fire from NASA.
Wheel.
I think we're past. Yeah. Wouldn't that be great?
I think we're on an hour.
You think so?
Ready to wrap it up?
Oh wow, yeah. Let's do that. We don't have any more news stories unless you want to fake something.
No. Time will do that for us next week.
Absolutely. Do you want to start, or you want me to?
I'll start. We actually got a voicemail this week, so I in the state, they're going to start doing it. And this was back when North Carolina had banned it, and that was in the news, and then they lifted that. But it's like I haven't talked to anybody who was, boy, I'm glad that they banned them. It's a blow to whoever it was that was mocking
that idiot.
Anyway, I got to listen to it and then figure out how to feed it into the show. But we will have it next week live on the show. And hopefully, if you're listening to this, you've been able to hear the whole show, because hopefully these issues with YouTube aren't a big problem. But anyway, if you want to leave us a voicemail also for the show next week, you can call 575-51-DRIVE, 575-51-DRIVE. You can always check me out over at PriusChat.com. I am there hanging out, sending orders from the Prius Chat shop. I got a really interesting product I'm very excited about. Just got it today. I actually met the UPS guy at the street, ripped the package open.
You hugged him. It wouldn't pass the smell test,
Dealers in general, because I think Tesla's actually proving why they're necessary for service issues.
Go on.
Yeah.
Well, the goal was setting up these facilities, and it's pretty awesome. It still has the P and D and N and B. Their main goal is for that to be a showroom. I think their main goal is for a customer to have a place to take the car in for service when it's necessary. Because you have customers like Evan who have somebody come to them, and it may be or something, but before someone can get to him in his part of the country. 5 already has the metal built into it to attach to a magnet, and so I tested it on my Nexus 5 and my Note 5 while keeping the upscale boutique feel of it. Still have people who are willing to come out to
It's mounted there?
get back to you and do all that jazz. But also, I think it's a mind thing as much as anything to have those facilities nearby. Plus, you have to have a place for the techs to do the service.
Right. So here, the one that's near.
And move it.
Right.
Yeah, it's still pretty easy.
That's a completely separate building where they don't have to worry about keeping it pretty.
And Jersey. Unless you.
I guess I should put it as in states where they went through the rigmarole of can we sell or can't we sell. I think you're seeing them build all-in-one buildings versus. Let's not get into that.
As usual for me, I'm going to say, as always, are sincere and deep. Yeah, sincere. Thanks to Michael Manring for our theme music. You can find him at manthing.com. Please visit him, buy something from him on iTunes. We appreciate him letting us use the theme music because we like it a lot. And we're too lazy to find new one. No, we like it. Let's see. Claire, are you suggesting that Tesla's initial business plan, as you think it might have been, would have been to what? Incorporate Tesla into existing standard franchise dealers? Suggest it to your friends. Share, post stuff. We do pull news off there once in a while. There's some good discussions. So don't be afraid to visit us at facebook.com/whatdrivesus. We're also on Twitter at twitter.com because for some reason I never got around to it.
We have such a vibrant Facebook community. It's
and the Twitter thing, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the show has that much to say other than, hey, we're gonna have a show.
Yeah, we don't need to find snarky people to debate us all the time on Twitter, because that's really all it is.
Oh, ouch there.
Yep, we've heard lots of horror stories.
Yeah, in my experience. I don't know what most of these franchise dealers do for the companies that make their vehicles. I think most of the companies could represent themselves more competently direct to the oeva.org. And one of the best follows on Facebook and on Twitter. They do a really good job, so can't say enough good things about that.
Patrick is the one who posts most of the news as What Drives Us on the What Drives Us Facebook wall. So yeah, definitely follow OEVA, because everything. My feeling is that they are cleaning up franchise problems that were
With the OEVA page, that one has 10 posts a day, where I try to do only 1 or 2 on what.
Because walking into a McDonald's had become, because it has some level of like either cynicism or rant or snark to the other side of town. I think they're trying to make like that from a franchise perspective. We just all have our own voice. But
or of a character. We're on the OEVA page. I'm trying to send out news and then let people respond to it themselves. We're on the What Drives Us page. You guys are really putting out what you think about things, and it's
in 2 vastly different cities, and have more or less an identical experience and receive food that is identical in quality.
And interior atmosphere and everything being very similar.
Everything recognizable and familiar. And part of it was their own fault in that they diversified some things. And genuinely, listen, any retail location, and these franchise owners, for a long time, a McDonald's franchise, was an excuse to coin money. I love NASA, I love the Hubble, I love the ISS, and I love following all my astronauts on Twitter. So I'll stick up for Twitter. It may be snarky and smartass, but it's one of my favorite places. And here I'm going to look real quick. Yeah, 11.7 thousand tweets from me on Twitter.
How do you have 0.7 thousand?
I'm gonna guess they mean 11,700.
700. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess what that means, and some odd number. I have no idea how it got that high. I swear I just had like 3,000 the other day.
They're a franchise. Same with like fast food restaurants. But it seems like
324 followers. Because number one, I don't give a shit about who follows me on Twitter. If you want to, follow What Drives Us, at What Drives Us, but I'm also on the screen. Nope, over here. There we go.
They are not. You're not getting the same experience going from dealership A and dealership B like you would, hopefully, like at least in my experience, you do going from Hampton Inn A to Hampton Inn B.
I totally agree. I mean, I think the franchise dealer system in cars is if you had a good car dealership, and this doesn't work for every Wednesday at 9 p.m. here on Google Hangouts on Air. We appreciate that. That's 9 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, download us next week and find out what drives us. More than ample protections, and I think it made them lazy.
Well, it still is.